Hi everybody, Kyung here, and oh my goodness, we are almost done with the purple journal. I want to work on the cover today, but I wanted to show you what I've done. So this one is almost done, this signature. I just need to do a couple more things, maybe sew a little bit more, some fabrics and some laces on here. But the first one is done. See, look at that with all its laces and fabrics, and it's all pretty, right? I added some ruffles and some just writing papers, right? See, with some ruffles and some laces and nothing too fancy. I did separate them into two separate journals, right? So there's that one, and then there's this one. And this one needs some work. I need to add some ruffles, and I was going to add a couple more pages, just maybe with some simple pockets and stuff, because this signature's a little bit lacking, but nothing really too fancy, just some basic stuff. And then as for the cover pages, I took them and I dyed them with that Delusions spray, this ink spray stuff. So yeah, I did that. I just took a sponge and I sponged it on there, and I really like the way it turned out. Much better. And it covers up the fact that we had a little bit of ink spots, that we had picked up from just working over it, working on it over time. But so that's that, okay? And so it's going to be a two signature, gorgeous purple journal. I love it. I'm so happy with it. I'm very happy with it. But this is kind of what I have to work with in terms of fabrics. So isn't this gorgeous? This is beautiful. So I thought maybe we could use that. I have these trims left, right? I have this beautiful one, and some little pom-poms. I have this gorgeous piece of, I don't know, pressed doily or tattered. I don't know if it's tatted. It looks like it's been tatted, tatting. I'm not sure. And then I have these pieces of fabric that I figured we might use. I could do some quilting. I'm not exactly sure. I don't really have a plan yet. But so we have all these fabrics that we can play with. But I do want to use this. So this is like a pillowcase that Leanne sent me, right? That she had come across. I think she found these at a thrift store or something. And so she got some. And she sent me one because it had a beautiful purple embroidery on it. And I've been saving it to use as a journal cover. So I thought that would be nice to cut out this piece and use it as a journal cover. And I might even use up the rest of this fabric too as well, just as kind of our base. I did bring down a cereal box. Let me go grab that. Dum dum dum. Can you guess what kind it is? I'll give you one guess. Dum dum shredded wheat, of course. Because it's high in fiber. No, just kidding. Anyway, let's move on. So first let's cut down our box, and then we will decide what we're gonna do with our. I don't know. See, because the problem is it's so close to the edge of the seam. I might just cut it out and we'll sew it on. We'll sew it in with the rest of the. Maybe we'll do some quilting or something. We'll see. So let's grab a signature. Right. Okay. And I'm just going to mark it kind of where I want it. So we want to cut it there. And I'm thinking about right here. I think that's good. Okay, let's grab this one. Okay, so we want, which way is the box is connected and glued on this. So this is where we want the, okay. That's where we want the spine on this part. Carefully going to cut this. Good enough. And then down along here, cut this part off. Awesome. Okay, there we go. That's easier. This box came apart way easy compared to some others I've had. Okay, I'm gonna cut it with my guillotine because I think that's the easiest. I'm gonna fold it like this. Make sure we have everything as flat as we can. We don't have any folds or anything. Okay, and we're gonna cut it. Make sure it's all straight. There we go. And then we want to cut off, yes, this edge. Just straighten it up. Dum dum. Here it is, our cover. Okay, and then we want it. Okay, here's my mark. Well, we don't want it cut here. We want it cut on this side. So let's see. What? So perhaps right here. We'll see what that measures at. From the fold to the mark. From the fold to the mark, it measures... oh, what, 6 1/4? 6 1/4. So we just need to make sure we measure this side 6 1/4. And then theoretically, if we cut it right and everything, it should be even. Ta-da! Awesome. So there's our base of our cover. We're done with the guillotine for right now. And so our signature should sit in there nicely. Right? Yes, it does nicely. And we have a little bit of laces poking out. Awesome. Cool. So we want to think about... what we're going to do with this. First, let's... I could take the seam out, but here's the thing, it's not even folded. We'd only get this much extra fabric if we did that. I mean, that might be worth it. I'll take my X-Acto knife. This is a sewing teacher taught me how to do a X-Acto knife to take out threads instead of a seam ripper because it's faster. But you have to be careful because you can also rip your fabric easier. Right, but you can take a X-Acto knife and go along your threads like that and take out seams pretty easily, but you have to be really careful because, and depending on the fabric it is, right, it can really, you can really tear and cut your fabric, so. Dum dum. That's some cheap thread they used. Whoever made this pillowcase. Look at that. Wow, that's some cheap thread. That's cheap thread. You can always tell if it's cheap thread, right? If you just rips apart, like the thread just breaks, like easy. So cool. I'm going to save this for stamping words and stuff. I think that that's perfect fabric to stamp words on. That's great. I'll save that. Because I need some white, just white cotton. I have some off-white, like tan cotton, but I don't really have any white cotton. Okay. So let's see. We want it to measure, right, about 1 inch bigger than our cover. Right? So if this sits like about right here, right? That's good. We're going to cut it first, and then, I think I'll use my quilting ruler. Here's my medium-sized quilting ruler. I don't know where my big one is. I gotta be careful. Let me wipe off. Make sure there's no ink, because I use it as a I also use it as a stamping block, so I have to be careful, because if I don't wipe it off, I can like put ink and smear ink all over my fabric. So if you use your stamping block or your quilting ruler as a stamping block, make sure you wipe it off before you go putting it all on your fabric, you know? Okay. Grab my rotary cutter. The trick to using a rotary cutter is to not move the block as you're cutting, and it has to do with like angle. Like I heard, like if you do it from like the side instead of like from the front like this, you know, because your arm doesn't like really like to move like that. I wish I knew where my big quilting block was. I don't know where it went. It's missing. Oh well, we're gonna make do. We're gonna make do. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. It's okay if it's not perfect. It's a junk journal. This isn't like a quilt. Right? Okay, now look at all this gorgeous white fabric, like linen fabric we have. It's beautiful. It's a nice tight weave, this fabric. So that'll be great for stamping on. I'm all excited. And maybe I'll dye some of it too. That might be nice. Dye, play with dyeing some fabric. I feel like this fabric will take dyeing really nice. Okay, so we have this. Dum dum. And I'll probably need to go take it to the iron, like at least iron the folds. And then we have. So I love this, right? That's gorgeous. We have this piece. I have a bunch of purple fabrics, so I love that. That's pretty. These ones were sent to me in a swap. These particular ones. Here's a solid. Right? Where is our cover? Okay, we'll need a strip of white to go down here. Definitely. And we can put probably, I don't know, this one is very loud, huh? I like this. How long is it? Will it fit along here? Let's look. Let's look. Oh, look, it does. That's great. Yeah, definitely. We can do that. Okay, we'll need a strip along our edge here. And do we want to replace this one with this one? I think yes. For sure. And then, yeah, we do need a strip. This can be cut and we'll put it on both sides. All right, we'll just cut it in half. Right, like this. So that's kind of the base of our cover. That's kind of the idea. It's not going to look so messy, and we're going to square everything up. Right, so I have this ruler. It's a 4. Is it a 3x3, 4x4? Oh, yep, look at it. It's just barely too small. And I don't have one that size, because I think these are 4x4 squares. Are they? 2, 3, 4. Oh, they're 5. They're, ooh, just a hair short of 5. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Is it 5 along here? Yes. Okay. 5. We can run with 5. 5. I mean, we could cut them all down to be smaller. To be the let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 by 4. That might be 4.5, actually. Yep, that's a 4.5 square. Okay, we'll just do that then. Well, we can cut a few at a time. So I'm just going to layer these 3 and make sure that they're square on this particular upper corner. Okay. Lay my quilting ruler down. So let's see, what do I know today? It is super hot today. It is in the 70s. I cannot believe it. And then I guess it's going to be 70 all week. Crazy stuff. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. I really do. I was talking to my sister about that the other day, about how it's just, I don't know. Everything has just felt a little like do, you know. Okay, there's this. Let's cut it down. 3, huh? 4, 3.5. 4.5? 4.5. I think this is a 4.5 block. We determined. That's what we determined. So I also have a dentist appointment today I'm not looking forward to. That's this evening. I'm going to get, I guess, I'm going to get half my teeth, like, cleaned or whatever, like, deep cleaned and stuff, and, I guess we're going to talk about what we're going to do next. I've got this wisdom tooth coming in. It's just driving me nuts, and it's going to go eventually, but I think we're trying to keep everything as long as we can. I don't know. I'm not the dentist. He is. Whatever. I kind of trust this one. He's a really good one, and he seems to really care about, like, the actual health of the patient and not his, you know, just the end bottom line. At the end of the month, you know, like, you know, how much money did I make? Yada, yada. Okay, so here's these. Let's check it. Let's look. So this will go here. Let's see. I want this one in the middle here. You know, and we might even stitch it pretty close to our embroidery. Like that. Solid up there. I like this one. We can put it here. Yeah, I think like this. I'm going to go iron them before we sew them. Here's our last strip, right? It's going to go here. Right? It'll get cut. It'll all get cut out once we sew it. But how is it looking? Is it looking good? Yes, look at that. We definitely have enough margin room. So once we stitch it, we'll still have plenty of, you know, space, right? So I'm going to go iron these, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I have ironed our pieces. Dum, dum, dum. And now I just need to stitch them. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stitch them real quick. So this is how I'm going to do it. I'll show you. I'll just kind of show you and tell you. I'm not going to do it on camera because it's going to take a little bit of time. But I will just really quick show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to stitch this later, okay, after. And maybe I will even come back and show you, like, in little pieces. So first, I'm going to stitch this square to this square along here, like this, right? So I'm going to stitch it along here, and then these two pieces will be stitched together, right, like this. And then I'm going to take this piece, and I'm going to stitch it to this piece, right? And I'm going to do that for each row. So I think there's only 2. Is there only 2 rows? Yes, we only have 2 rows. So I'm going to do that for both of these rows, okay? And then I'll be right back. Okay, so we have stitched up our squares, right? The way I said we were going to. Here they are. They're all stitched up. And now I'm going to stitch this to this and this to this. And, right, we're just going to stitch these all together, right? All the way down. And, you know, if you want to be all particular and persnickety, most people would go iron these and press them. I don't care. I'm going to finger press them. Right? I'm just going to finger press them. That's fine. It'll be fine. It won't be like perfect, and it might even give a little bit of a puffy appearance, but I like that anyway. I would put even some batting down in between, but I don't have any. I actually need to pick some up, and I keep forgetting to go get some. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to stitch all these together. That's what we're going to do, and then I'll be right back. Yay! So here it is. It's all sewed together, right? We have stitched it all up. It's all been sewn. All just stitched it all together, just in rows. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Here is, it's going to sit on the cover here like this. So it's perfect. We could trim this up just to make it look a little nicer while we work on it and everything. It doesn't need to be perfect. Just trim off this excess. Right, like that. Square it up. That's fine. All right, now we got to decide what we want to do. So, yes, okay. We have this pretty doily that I would like to put on there somewhere, right, that we can stitch on there. I have some lace. I have these trims I want to use that we can stitch on there. All right, so that would be really pretty down the side like that, perhaps on that seam. So let's do that. I like that. We have a little bit more of this. We could do it on the other side, but I'm not sure I like that. I do like the idea of it going this way, right, like that. I think that's pretty. Perhaps on top of the lace or under the lace. Maybe down here instead. Right, I don't particularly want to cover that. Where is our cover going to... Okay, so this is kind of... Right, this is going to be like the cover. This is the spine. Okay, so the spine will be here, down the middle of this one. Good to know, good to know. What if we did this? I like that. I like that. Okay, we'll do that. And then let's see, what else do we have? We have these other trims that are really nice and really pretty that we could use. I'm just not exactly sure where I would place them. Let's see. Yeah, that would be fine. That would definitely be fine. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I kind of like that. What do we think of that? Right, you put this here, like this. And as the cover, I kind of really like it. I think let's just do it. Why not? Let's go for it. Let's commit. We have these pretty, that I could use a little bit of. I don't know where I would put it. We could just cut out one of the flowers, right? It's not quite long enough to like get a nice little strip in. We could cut a square and cover this purple with it. Maybe not. Perhaps I will leave it and use it for something else. And then we have this purple, these little purple puff balls, but we're not going to use those. I think this is fine. I think I'm going to tack it down and then I'll run it under the sewing machine, right? So I'll just stitch I'm going to tack everything down, and then I'll go around and I'll just stitch everything down with the sewing machine. Okay, so I have stitched all of our little trims down and everything. I like it. I think it's nice. Let's see. What else do we want to do to it? I think it's good. I definitely think we're going to want to glue another piece of fabric underneath this, right? For sure. So let's see what I have. Well, we could just use this, right? That came with that pillowcase, right? Let's do it. We'll even use the double, since it's already doubled too. I'll just trim it. Not try to cut my cardboard. Oh, goodness. So, it was very interesting. My husband bought sausage bacon. I'm not sure how that's going to be. It's sausage, but in bacon form. I don't know. But we got some, so I'm going to cook it up and we're going to see how it is. I don't know. Sounds odd to me, but who knows? Maybe it's really good. Okay. I kind of feel like, bacon is bacon, and every time I've tried any kind of alternative to it, it's just not good. Okay. Much better. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and tack all this down now. Oh my goodness. My goodness gracious. Okay. Flip this over. Kind of just get it attached to so it's not shifting. I just don't want it to shift. That's the big thing. It doesn't need to be, because it's all going to get stitched around anyway. So, okay. Awesome. And then we're going to go ahead and tack it onto our board. About right here, like that. That's where I want it. Let's double check, make sure I'm on the lines I want to be on, and these need to be up there. Yep. Okay, we're good. Oh god, thread stuck to my Fabri-Tac. It's a nightmare. Whatever. Okay. Take my brayer and spray it from the other side. It looks a little crooked, doesn't it? It's very crooked. I don't think it should matter too much. Right? Look at that. There it is. Our cover. Yep, you can see that brown thread, can't you? Oh, that's purple thread from the... to be careful, because it's kind of see-through, that pillowcase. Okay, I think it looks great. I think so. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut my corners, and be careful not to cut it too short. I always cut too much, and then I regret it later. There we go. And I think, Some of it can be like trimmed a little bit. It doesn't need to be that large, right? Because it just needs to be folded in like this. Very nice. Okay, I'm gonna trim it all the way around just a little bit. Okay, sorry, I'm all quiet today. I'm like all in deep thought and concentrating today. I do when I make covers, kind of. I'm not, I'm worried always at every moment while I'm making a cover that it's going to get messed up. That I'm going to mess it up and it's going to be not good, you know. So you have this beautiful journal that you make, you know, and the last thing you want to do is like ruin. Especially when I make covers, I kind of use, like, I'll use nice things. And so I'm always nervous because I don't have a replacement, you know, for these fabrics and, like, the pillowcase. Okay. So I'm going to do the same all the way around. I'm just going to glue it down. Okay. Pretty tight. I like to pull it pretty tight. Pretty tight. Okay, where are my clips? Grab my clips. These are annoying. They're like little magnets or something. Come on. I'll just clip it. That'll keep it. Okay, let's do this one. Oh, this Fabri-Tac. It's funny, Fiona was like telling me, she was like, I've banished it from my table. I was like, yeah, I don't blame you. It's a pain. A pain. And I've been looking for Collall, the like clear Collall. And I can't get it. I can't find it on Amazon. I'll look again, but I'm thinking I might have to look on like their website or order it, you know, look somewhere else online and see if I can find it. There are a couple of other alternatives to Fabri-Tac, but I'm not really keen on them. I mean, it may be doom gloop, but I do like the fact that it doesn't, you can't see through it. Like a lot of fabric glues, you'll put the fabric down, you know, you put the glue down, you put the fabric down, and it seeps right through. Right through. And that's not, I don't like that. I mean, Fabri-Tac can do that too, but... Okay, clips, clips, clips. Yeah, these were like little magnet clips. They came from the dollar store. They're cute. But they're kind of worthless. They're really for the fridge, right? So you can put... Because they have like a little magnet on them. See? And then you put them on the fridge and then you can put like a piece of paper or something. But other than that, they're not really very useful. Here it is. Oh, I love. It looks great. Yeah. Yes. Yes, yes. I'm so happy. So we can put a thing on there. Like one of these, right? I like to put these on my journals. We could put one, but we could also just leave it without this time. I kind of like it with it though. Wrote about right there. Let's do it. We'll put him on now so that before I do the back. And then I think I'll call it for this video and we'll finish it up next time. I think that's the best. We'll just put this on there and then we'll call it. Let's grab a piece of, I have a purple. Do we like this purple? Do we not like this purple? I think it's fine. Okay, looks good. It could be trimmed just a hair. Okay. Just going to put a little bit of Fabri-Tac around the edge like that. Glue that there. And then I'm going to put more Fabri-Tac on here. And glue it right here. Awesome. And then we can grab my pokey tool and where did my book go? Here it is. There we go. Come on. Sometimes, you know, you just gotta, yep, sometimes you just gotta put a bigger hole. I think these are all good. Okay. Now we just need to hammer these down with the hammer. Okay, so ready? All right, there it is. Oh, it looks great. I love it. So there's the beginning to our cover. All we need to do is pick paper that we're going to put inside and deal with our spine. And then we'll need to stitch around it, right? We'll need to stitch around the whole journal. And then it'll be good. It'll be done. I think I will put on, I have these we can put on the corner. That glue is ridiculous. Okay. Yeah, so these can go on their corners and that'll look really nice as well. Right? So yay! Thank you guys so much. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's almost done. I'm loving the cover so far. It feels really good. I like it. It feels good. And I love the embroidery. Wow. It really, really is pretty. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day. I will talk to you later. Bye.